Welcome to Startup Circle. I'm Varsha Meghani. In this episode, we catch up with Shivank Agarwal, co-founder and CEO of Mitro TV, a short video app akin to China's TikTok. Shivank talks to us about the app's heady growth since its launch in mid-April, the increasing competition in the sector, and its recent fundraise. Take a look. Hi Shivank, thanks for joining us. So you all launched Mitro TV in mid-April, and already you've raised 5 million in Series A funding from top investors. Uh, what has the last few months been like?
Last few months have been very exciting. A lot of things going on in terms of user acquisition, product side, you know, creators onboarding. So I've been focusing a lot of things. Of course, since now we have raised a Series A round, we have a lot of like-minded investors joining the board. So of course, very exciting times for us.
Right, right. But tell us about that. That heady growth that you saw. Within a month or so of launching, you all had about 5 million odd downloads. Tell us about that. And you also kind of ran into controversy with the Google Play Store.
The good thing about what we have been doing is it's been a lot of roller coaster ride for us, and
Yeah.
I think times have taught a lot of things to us. Of course, we launched a product on 11th of April to be very precise, and since then we have seen a lot of growth. Currently, we have 33 million downloads on the platform
Mhm.
and 20 million monthly active users we have, and we are serving more than 9 billion of video views per month. So that's the scale we are operating in. We got temporarily banned from Play Store for 3 days. There was a regular compliance issue that that was there, and we got it fixed within 3 days. There's been a long journey after that as well. A lot of people have onboarded on platform, both on the creation side as well as the consumer side.
And you also have, a very impressive roster of investors from Nexus Venture Partners to 314 Capital, Deep Kalra of Make
Yes,
My
thank you.
Trip, etc. What do you plan to do with the funds?
Technology is something, and product is something which will be deep enough focus, because retention would improve when you're solid product, giving user the tremendous good experience, and again a lot of hand holding on the creation side. So the idea is to onboard a lot of creators with different talent skills, right?
Mhm.
We have seen over a time, looking deeply into what videos or what content are getting created on a platform, we realize a lot of content on user playing guitar, singing songs, dancing beautifully.
Yeah.
I think these are some of the talent that's coming organically on a platform. So can we become a de facto platform for users to show this talent? Ultimately, uh, the best gratification for the user is the feedback, the positive feedback the creators get on the platform. So the idea is to do the handholding with them, right from helping them create wonderful videos on the platform, then helping them understand what went wrong in the previous videos, how can they improve upon the new videos they are creating on the platform. And third, bringing for them a sustainable revenue model is something which is deep in our focus.
Initially, Mitro gained popularity because of the border tensions with China and the resulting anti-China wave. And you all were among the top most downloaded apps on the Play Store initially. But now I was looking, and you all are not even in the top 60, 70 most downloaded apps. So obviously user engagement is key in this space.
That's right.
What are you all doing to ensure user stickiness, and what are you all doing to kind of get back to the top?
Yeah, Vaishya, that's a very valid question, a very good question. Over the time, we have realized that user stickiness is a key to survive and to thrive in this market. And of course, we took a step back, and we decided that we need to totally focus on product for the last 1 month. And what do you see in Metro right now is Metro 2.0 on Play Store, which is far better. It's a fantastic experience compared to what we have been seeing before.
Mhm.
So of course, the idea is to improve upon the user experience, improve upon the engagement time and attention numbers, and then go heavily on uh, onboarding new users. People may be doing marketing a lot, but if you have the leaky funnel, you won't be able to get hold of those user base that you have acquired over the time.
Right.
So for us, getting a good product experience has been a focus lately than acquiring a lot of users.
And what's the strategy for acquiring influencers and top stars? Because they'll obviously draw in users also.
Currently, our focus is to get those users, who are showcasing different talents, right? Some of those that I explained before.
Mhm.
Music is one of them,
Yeah.
dancing is other. So I think give them a sustainable model, growth potential on the platform, and that's what currently we want to be as a differentiator, because other platforms are not that great a platform for skill showcasing, right?
Right.
And we saw that people have been organically putting a lot of videos in that sector, and we want to focus on that sector and make it big there.
Shivank, you touched upon differentiation, and given that this is such a competitive space with ShareChat, Roposo, Takatalk, etc., to name a few in the space, what is your USP?
Sure. So short video is, itself not a product. Short video is a phenomenon, right? If we say that one category is a product. I mean, if you talk even about TikTok, the
Mhm.
light comedy videos they've been doing is a product,
Yeah.
right? Somebody, for example, do education on top of short video, then that's a product, right? Right. So every company should understand what's their strength, instead of just being on the single category, everybody focusing on that category, and not understanding the user psyche would be a problematic situation for anybody.
Mhm.
So for us, the idea is to understand what category we are working on. So for example, the talent, we becoming a stage for showcasing a talent is one of the category, and we want to bring enough stickiness both in terms of creators as well as the consumers in that category.
Mhm.
And once you have done good justice to that, then we can scale it to different, different verticals, right?
Competing apps that I mentioned are also better funded, and often in this space, capital becomes the moat. Like we saw, in the case of TikTok, where they would spend almost 20 to 30 million dollars a month to grow the app in the country. So can you really compete with these better funded apps?
Different categories are different product altogether, right? For example, any education company, you compare it YouTube, these
Yeah.
are two different categories, though both are serving on video, but they are different categories altogether, right?
Yeah.
What I feel is, if we focus on what our strength is, there's a way, I think, to go for any company, right? And even if somebody trying to replicate TikTok or any other short video platform just by using the muscular power without thinking a lot, would be spending a lot on user onboarding and marketing. That's not sustainable in the long run, right? Ultimately, you have to understand what's working for you, and then you put in money to scale from there.
Talking about sustainability, I know it's early in the day to talk about monetization, but eventually, how do you all plan to monetize the platform?
In looking at our funding, we have enough space for to survive for another 18 months. But of course, monetization becomes very important when you have to make life self-sustainable for creators, right?
Mhm.
And for that, we have been looking to very seriously into partnering with brands, so that it's a win-win situation for both the creators as well as the brand. We become a bridge between the two parties, and brands can help creators make that revenue uh, source or income source for the creators. A lot of things that can come after it, for example, video commerce.
And what are the challenges you foresee, as you grow and scale the platform now?
Challenges are immense, and that's what we need, a very strong team always. Some of the challenges would be, how to get into the remotest part of the country, right? For example, somebody is interested in music, serve them the music content. Somebody is interested in dance, serve them more dance videos. So there's always a recommendation problem, and we are working on it.
And finally, what's the roadmap ahead now?
On the product side, on the video editor, it's a lot of focus because if we talk about music, a lot of things has to be done on the music side, right? On the audio side, that's never been done by anybody. So that's one thing that there's a lot of focus for us. The second is recommendation engine. Of course, that I just touched before. And on the non-product side, a lot of focus on the creators to provide them the quality experience as well as to the consumers.